Year 2 Batman, yeah.
So, like, he's still scared of heights. So, like, they really normalized Batman. And I love that because it makes the movie, you can almost, like, fit yourself in his shoes. You're like, all right, if I had on a bat suit with all that armor, I got shot, that's what it would feel like.
I couldn't fit myself in his shoes.
If I was running up a building and I come to a cliff and I just kind of startle me, it really normalized Batman. That's what I'm trying to say.
Kravitz say, come away with me, Gotham City can burn.
All right, anyways. It really normalized, I feel like it really normalized Batman, and I appreciate that. I love it.
Zoe Kravitz, Dim Yams.
Okay, so, you know what? So this is my review. We'll do your review in a second. Okay. It really normalized Batman. I love the depiction of Batman that they did. It's something that we've never seen before. We had a year 2 Batman, and they really played off of that because every Batman we've seen ever, he's always had multiple gadgets, right? Mm-hmm. This Batman had one batarang that was on his chest, and he only had
the grappling hook.
And one grappling hook. That's all he had.
And that adrenaline shot.
And adrenaline shot, which I think is a Bane shot, but I'm not going to say anything. But
it's adrenaline. You
think so?
Yeah.
It may be the same stuff that Bane used to get beefed up.
The Venom gets you big. That was his adrenaline.
All right. Well, one day it could become the Venom shot. But anyways, he's got the steroid, and he's got the grappling hook, and he's got a batarang on his chest. That's all he has. They really play off that year 2 Batman really good. I love seeing Batman with not a lot of gadgets.
He had the smoke bomb too.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, you're right. So that was cool to see because, like I said, usually we see, and his car wasn't really. It was a Challenger that he beefed up. That's all it was. That's all it was. It was a Challenger beefed up.
You gotta get the Challenger back, bro.
I was thinking that too. when he cut that boy on, in the dark, it looked like it was breathing almost. Like it was just like. Yeah, I was thinking like, oh shit, I gotta get the Challenger back.
Instead of the Hellcat, is it the Hellbat?
All right. Anyways, back to my review. See why you gotta do that? Why you gotta mess up my review?
I just thought about that.
I know you said the movie had a loophole. Other than that, I thought the movie was great.
It's not a loophole. It's just a legit plot issue.
So I thought the movie was great, and I keep going back and forth. Is it better than The Dark Knight? And
can I chime in right here?
Go right ahead.
Can I chime in right here? Dark Knight's a better movie. This is a better Batman movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I agree with that. Because The Dark Knight, better story, better written.
Better story. To me, this movie has some pacing issues. And it's about 20 minutes too long.
Well, there is a 4-hour cut. You know that, right? Of this movie.
And I'll see that too.
You just said the movie was too long. You said 20 minutes too long. So would you really watch a 4-hour cut?
So here's the thing. It's 20 minutes too long. But if there's shit you cut out to make it 20 minutes too long, then maybe the shit you cut out makes it worth it being too long.
What? What the fuck did you just say? What are you talking about?
I don't follow you at all. Cut out makes it worth being watchable for 4 hours. But the shit you cut out, you probably should have kept cutting shit out to get it under.
You just said the movie had pacing issues. It was 20 minutes too long, and you want to watch a 4-hour cut of that?
Yeah. Does
that make sense to you?
Maybe the 4-hour cut is good enough.
Oh my god!
But once you took you didn't finish taking out shit.
This is the same argument you had when you said, "Oh, Kanye was at his best on Late Registration, but his best album is, was it the
College Dropout?"
College Dropout.
I just gave you the same argument with 50, and you didn't bat an eye.
It's because I'm done with the argument.
All right, anyway.
And I listened to Late Registration. I told you this. I texted this to you. I went back and listened to Late Registration. That may be his best album. That album's got some hits on it.
No, Late Registration.
Late Registration is great. Great fucking album.
I just rapped you a whole verse on Late Registration. You're welcome.
Well, I'm just okay. Anyways,
can I get my review now?
Yeah. Let's hear about Yams and how you wouldn't save Gotham because of Kravitz.
Would have let that whole city drown for Zoe Kravitz. Whole city. And you want to do what? Excuse me. I will say.
How'd you think of her as a Catwoman? Do you
work?
Well, do you think what's her name was better from Dark Knight Rises?
No.
What was her name?
No.
Anne
Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway.
No.
What about
Halle Berry?
No, back in the day. Silverstone? Is that her name? Not Silverstone.
Talking about Michelle Pfeiffer?
Michelle Pfeiffer. Michelle Pfeiffer was a bad Catwoman. Like,
no.
You think Kravitz is better than Michelle Pfeiffer?
Yeah.
When last time you seen Batman Returns? Michelle Pfeiffer nailed that role.
3 years.
Okay. Go back and watch it. Michelle Pfeiffer killed that shit. Go ahead. Talk about Yams. How you would smash him and not say Gotham.
Here's the thing. Michelle Pfeiffer killed that role, but the role of Catwoman is just a jewel thief trying to make a come up. The way Tim Burton wrote this role is she was this crazy woman who had been like...
I think she was fired from her job.
Molested, and damn near killed.
Yeah.
And like when she woke up next to Cat, she thought she was a fucking cat.
Well, no, the cat started... the cat started eating her. That's what happened.
Yeah, so she like, oh, Cat's eating me, I'm a cat.
Bruh. Michelle Pfeiffer killed that shit.
When you look at that role on paper, it sounds crazy as fuck.
It worked.
It was the 80s.
It
also isn't. It wasn't. It was the 90s.
It was 90s. I'm sorry. It still worked.
It also isn't the character at its core. The character at its core is...
The character at its core? Okay, since you like Halle Berry, then it's Catwoman.
No.
Then what was wrong with Anne Hathaway? That was... What you just depicted was Anne Hathaway. Was it not? Anne Hathaway was a jewel thief.
But she was like...
She had them yams, bro. She didn't have the yams.
No, she was like... She was being used in a way that Catwoman isn't used.
Let me tell y'all something. Y'all go movies with Dubs. When this dude see a bad bitch, he'll let you know it the whole time she's on the screen. Every time she popped up, that's a bad bitch.
I do the same thing watching wrestling. Bad bitch. Oh my God. But no, like, so Catwoman in Dark Knight Rises, she was like being used as a pawn. And Catwoman is a strong character. She's never anybody's pawn. That's why I say the Zoe Kravitz one is better, because she's not anybody's pawn.
She wasn't?
No. Whose pawn was she?
You sure?
Positive.
She was working for the Penguin.
No,
her dad was Falcone. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, well, hold on. Wait, let me stop. For those of you who have not seen the movie yet, I apologize. I just gave out some information.
Big plot point.
Huh?
Big plot point.
Yeah, I did. So go.
It's fine. It's fine.
You think all of our listeners seen it? You know what? Before you put this pod,
our listeners, yeah.
Before you put this pod on the
interwebs,
yeah, just say spoilers.
Spoiler alert,
because I blurred that out.
But other aspects of my review,
she got them yams, bro. Go ahead.
Introverted, no bitches. Bruce Wayne was kind of a little jarring for me.
Why?
I'm used to Bruce getting bitches and not being introverted.
So I'm sure you caught this in the movie. Alfred said, "Going out for an evening? I see you dressed up." And he said something, and Alfred said, "Nobody's seen you in 2 years." So you're getting a very
I know you're
getting a very introverted Bruce Wayne.
You're getting this early version of Bruce.
He's not in his bag yet. He
gets called out by the mayor-elect, like, "Yo, you need to be doing something with this money."
Yeah,
which is very interesting. Like. She's called him out on his privilege. He thinks he's doing the best he can for Gotham, which is a very interesting thing about Bruce Wayne. Like, he's doing the best he can for Gotham as Batman, but it's part of it's because of his privilege. He doesn't realize how much more he can do by just being Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
and I think that's an interesting evolution of this character. Which hopefully if they get the sequels greenlit, which $285 million, they probably should, right?
On a weekend, right?
Yeah,
that's nuts.
On year 3 of a pandemic, like I think that's something they really need to address that going forward. Of him realizing that I can do just as much good as Bruce Wayne as I can as Batman. I think that has to be like a major plot point going forward. But again, I'm not mad at it. I just say I'm not used to seeing introverted, no bitches Bruce Wayne.
Well, I wouldn't say no bitches because he did make out with Kravitz. All right, come on, Doug.
Introverted, no bitches, Bruce Wayne. And also, the Riddler just being this incel nerd was kind of hilarious to me. And I said this, shout out to my man E-Ray from the Wrestling Pod. I texted to him in one of the group chats I'm in with him. I said, yo, this movie is a very, very, very good illustration of the power that pussy has. You get Riddler some pussy, none of this movie happens.
Wait a minute.
None of it.
Okay, time out.
Hold on
a second. What is the power of the PUSSY? Remember that song?
I do.
Why niggas dress so fly. Anyways, what's that got to do with this song? Oh, that's
this movie?
This movie, yeah.
If the Riddler gets some pussy, none of this movie happens.
Who?
If the Riddler gets some pussy, none of this movie happens.
What the fuck are you talking
about?
You're
not worried about the Gotham Renewal Project or the bribes or the corruption. Post-nut clarity is a real thing, man. You don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
See, this is why I didn't want to get to your review. This is a terrible review. This is terrible. It's a terrible review.
It's not.
It is.
I didn't even get to the cinematography. The cinematography in this movie.
You talking about pussy right now. And nothing in the movie had anything to do with that. Nothing.
That's the problem, Jonathan.
All right, go to cinematography. I can't wait to hear this.
Beautiful movie. The shot when after he lit the flare and was leading the people out of Gotham Square Garden. That's a frame. That's like a frameable frame right there.
That could be like a wallpaper.
Yeah, that shit's beautiful.
You know what I do like though? I feel like this movie borderlines a little bit, kind of like a. I don't know if this is a genre or not, but it borderline like a crime thriller.
Yeah, that's what it was. It's
as in like.
It's a film. It's a noir film. It's a detective noir film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's almost like there's some, I wouldn't say scary scenes, but there's some like intense. The music is perfect.
Mm-hmm. The score.
The score is perfect, and it gives it that thriller type.
If they could win an Oscar for anything in this movie, it's the score.
I like the cinematography too. They should get one for that too, because just the dark undertones of the movie.
I would say that, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say there's probably gonna be better cinematography movies, but I don't know if there's gonna be any movie scored better than this.
Do you think if Ben Affleck got his Batman movie, you think it'd been as good as this one? Ben Affleck's. I didn't mean to cut you off. Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne. He didn't have bitches. He just seemed like he was depressed. He just seemed like he was just uber depressed.
But his Bruce Wayne seemed like he could go play the role, because the Bruce Wayne we saw in the Batman, that's Bruce Wayne. Like when he became like the playboy and getting bitches, that was him like playing a role that he thought he needed to play.
Which one are you talking about? Ben Affleck or
no. Bruce Wayne in general, the character.
Oh, Bruce Wayne in general. Okay.
Like the character when he's out, like partying, gallivanting and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's the role he thinks he has to play in his mind.
Mm-hmm.
The Bruce Wayne that's in the Batman, that's the real Bruce Wayne. I think Ben Affleck was that. Like he was, you could tell like when he was at the Luther party and everything, he could still play that role of, oh shit, billionaire playboy, he got it. Because Ben Affleck just looks like that type of guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, so I saw the proposed story to the Affleck movie.
They wanted Deathstroke?
Yeah, and it was going to be a story they pulled from the Teen Titans and they just put Batman in it. I don't think it would have been good as this.
Mm.
It would have been like really focused on the action, because Deathstroke's about that action.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is just a detective movie.
That's what made it so great.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, how
Batman's way more detective than he is ninja.
So let me ask you this.
Okay.
That car chase scene, the best ever in a Batman series?
Yeah.
Or would you take the Dark Knight over that? Where dude flipped that truck and then flipped over that wall with his bat cycle?
Nah, this is a better.
That I was, bruh, I feel like I was sweating during that scene. It was intense for me. During that
Colin Farrell as the Penguin.
Amazing.
Fucking worked.
I didn't think it was going to work. It was amazing.
I saw that casting. I said, y'all. I said, this movie dead in the water.
I did that with the Batman casting, too. Until Henry caught me up to speed on how great of an actor he is.
People say Robert Pattinson is one of the best actors walking planet Earth today. And again, I didn't know that either. After I saw the Batman casting, I thought the same way you did.
Like, what?
But as the movie started coming to fruition, and I'm reading up, and niggas is really talking about Robert Pattinson, like, yo,
so look,
be that guy.
So Robert Pattinson, he was so good in his Batman role, like you could feel it, right? So like when that cop put his hand on Batman's chest, like you can't come in here, and Pattinson just stared him down, you could feel that scene. Like he's just like look at him like, bro, don't try me, like don't touch me. He had that whole Robert Pattinson as Batman, honestly, never have said a word and played a whole role just with his eyes. Just how he was looking at people.
He low-key didn't say a lot of words in that movie.
That's true, he did.
I would say the only main character in the movie that's probably said less words than Robert Pattinson in that movie is Keanu Reeves as John Wick. Truthfully.
But he played the whole movie just based on the mood, the cinematography, and his eyes. That's how much. That's pretty much how you played the movie.
Yeah.